This is the second Eid khutbah.
So actually that was good. I did twice.
Yeah. Yes.
Please look at the right and left and now leave it here. Please move forward. Please put the hand on the
Yes. 1 second. I'm trying to get the Imam with it, but
Over 50s, okay, not for the under 40s, okay.
Or 60s. Please move to the last row and to the classroom. One year on the right side of the body. This classroom has got plenty of space and 100 people can go there. Yeah, you see, there are, I have informed that there are plenty of space at the back. Now I have everyone is my team up and listen to him. So that I will you go ahead.
Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. As usual, Eidul Salat, Eidul Adha is a Sunnah Salat with 2 rakah. After the first takbirah, there will be several more takbirah, and between the takbirah and the next, nothing to be said specifically. And in the second rakah, after takbirah to the qiyam, 5 more takbirah to the and 8 again. So 7 and 5. And if you miss it, not a big problem anyway. But you just follow the imam. Allahu Akbar. 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 Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. سبح اسم ربك الأعلى الذي خلق فسوى والذي قدر فهدى والذي أخرج المرعى فجعله غثاء أحوى سنقرئك فلا تنسى إلا ما شاء الله إنه يعلم الجهر وما يخفى ونيسرك لليسرى فذكر إن نفعت الذكرى سيذكر من يخشى ويتجنبها الأشقى الذي يصلى النار الكبرى ثم لا يموت فيها ولا يحيا قد أفلح من تزكى وذكر اسم ربه فصلى بل تؤثرون الحياة الدنيا والآخرة خير وأبقى إن هذا لفي الصحف الأولى صحف إبراهيم وموسى. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. 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 الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
آمين.
قل يا أيها الكافرون لا أعبد ما تعبدون ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد ولا أنا عابد ما عبدتم ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد لكم دينكم ولي دين. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كلام الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. All praise is due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one yesterday he made the call of Ibrahim alayhi salam touch the heart of the believers. When Ibrahim alayhi salam, after finishing building the Kaaba, he made this dua: "O Allah, put the love of this place to those who you love. فَاجْعَلْ أَفْئِدَةً مِّنَ النَّاسِ تَهْوِي إِلَيْهِمْ." And the dua of Ibrahim alayhi salam have touched the heart of the believers, all of them. Some could make it over there on Arafat yesterday to say, "Labbaik Allahumma labbaik," on the platform of Arafat, and some could not, but they said from distance, "Labbaik Allahumma labbaik." Oh Allah, I couldn't make it there. But if people go to Arafat to say, "Oh Allah, here I am, I heard your call and here I am." I say it from home, "Here I am, I heard your call and here I am." It is about obedience. We will obey Allah on Arafat and at home as long our soul is still residing in our body. Allahu Akbar. Again, it is the 8th day, the one day that goes long, the one day that we feel that we are new people on this planet. The day we tell one another, "Eid Sa'id wa Umr Madid," a happy Eid to you and long life for you. But long life is when we live with ibadah. There is no shortness for good deeds, but short life is when we may live long but with no value. Eid on Sa'id, we wish happy Eid to every face, to every family, to every individual. Eid on Sa'id to the people who we have never seen for a long time due to sickness or due to other circumstances. Happy Eid, and it can only be happy when we accept to become new people. It is a day when we will make every face smile. Since the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam said, "Watabassumuka fi wajhi akhika sadaqa." Even you smile, you display on your face towards somebody else is a charity. Allah will reward you for that. Today, I don't want to talk about Ibrahim alayhi salam. It is done for him. But I want to talk about his son, Ismail alayhi salam, because we all are children of Ibrahim alayhi salam through Islam. And for Ibrahim alayhi salam, Allah said for him, it is done for him. To the extent that he told Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam to follow Ibrahim alayhi salam. ثم أوحينا إليك أن اتبع ملة إبراهيم حنيفا. And then, O Muhammad, we inspire you and tell you to follow the way of Ibrahim alayhi salam, who was upright man. And Islam is all about being upright, remaining on the Sirat Mustaqim regardless what happens. We will never deviate and we will never change our mind, even if it is so hard to stay on it. We will die on our post, the way Ibrahim alayhi salam did. From home, Australia, we can say, all the way to the Holy Land. From home, elsewhere, all the way to the Holy Land. To say, Allahu Akbar, Allah comes first. To say, Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik. Our soul, our hearts, our mind, our conscience will just submit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, regardless what the price could be. From home, from our local masjid, we go to the mother mosque, the Kaaba. And the Kaaba is an empty cube. Nothing inside the Kaaba. But this nothing is connected to everything. Why? Because it connects the believer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is everything. The Kaaba in this is the external symbol in this visible world for the unseen divine code in the invisible universe. You may go to the Kaaba and meet someone who you never seen for 50 years, and then you see the person over there. What that means? It means we will meet the people who you have been good to, and then they disappear. The people who you have wronged, and then you get away with it. You are going to meet the same person again in the divine court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the judgment to start. We cannot run away from one another. So we have to run to one another, especially in a day like this, to say to one another, it is over. And never again. Let us reconcile and make the Eid alive in our hearts. Otherwise, there's no Eid for us, because we cannot run away from one another. Even if we try, we will meet again, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be the judge. So Eid means for us to meet, to say, I am sorry for what happened, and never again we reconcile. Otherwise, we don't know the meaning of Eid. The Kaaba that we go around for 7 times, and each time we represent one level of this universe. And by the time we go around the Kaaba 7 times, we can imagine we are on the 7th heaven. And what is left? Sidratul Muntaha, on our way home. And that is the purpose of the tawaf, to stay around something that will make us grow towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that is the Kaaba. The Kaaba, the meeting place for the believers once a year, and millions will make it from every walk of life with their own means. But they will make it. Some will say, oh Allah, I came here crawling, but I made it. I came here on a wheelchair, but I made it. I came here on the bus, took me a long time, but I made it. I saved my money for 50 years, and I came when I was 70, but I made it. To say, Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik. And when you visit Makkah once, you can never leave Makkah, because it will never leave you. We visit any city on earth, and then we leave the city. But when we visit Makkah, Makkah will not leave us. It will go in us and we take it back home. That's what Makkah does. Because Prophet Ibrahim ﷺ made the dua, فَاجْعَلْ أَفْئِدَةً مِّنَ النَّاسِ تَهْوِي إِلَيْهِمْ. Put in the heart of some people in love with this place. And the dua of Ibrahim touched your heart, and that's why you're trying your best to get there. We want to learn now from Ismail alayhi salam, the one we call him Al-Walad Al-Bar, the good son to his father, the good son to his mother. O Ismail, from your story, we come to know that when Allah decides to give you something, He will, bigger than what you dreamed. O Ismail, your mother was running from left to right, from Safa to Marwa, looking for a bit of water for you and for herself, hoping to see somebody who will help. And in the end, Allah brought to you, O Ismail, Zamzam water. And this Zamzam water was food and drink. Zamzam water can feed you if you are hungry. If you are hungry, drink Zamzam and say to Allah, "Oh Allah, I am hungry. Feed me with this water." You will feel full, just like you ate food. If you are thirsty, drink Zamzam, and your intention to end your thirst. The Prophet ﷺ said, Zamzam lima shuriba lahu. Zamzam is what you drink it for. What is your intention when you drink it? So be it. It was a gift to a single mother and her son. O Ismail, from your story, we learn that parents will do their best to make their son or their daughter respected and famous. Ibrahim could go ahead and sacrifice you without telling you, but he didn't. He put you in the picture and he asked you, what do you think about it? Ya bunayya, inni ara fil manam anni azbahuk. Fanzur madha tara. Oh my son, I see in my dream that I'm sacrificing you, so what do you think about that? What a great man you are, Ismail. How beautiful you were when you said, Ya abatif al ma tu'mar. Oh my father, oh my beloved father, do what you are told, whatever it is. Satajiduni insha'Allah min as-sabirin. You will find me with the will of Allah among the patient one. Ismail telling us, oh young people, be patient and obey your parents when they give you orders. And say, Insha'Allah, I may not like what my parents say to me, it is hard, but with Allah's support, I will go through and it will be done. We learn from this. Nothing is impossible, and we can conquer pain with Iman and faith, and trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and trust in the father we know and the mother we know. They will never make a decision that will hurt us. We learn this from Ismail. Make what your parents say as a law that you have to obey. O Ismail, from your story, we come to know that in the end of the day, Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, after leaving you for so long, and he came back and you are a young man, and he didn't find you home. He found your wife, and he asked your wife about you and your life, and she complained. And she said, everything is hard in our life. And your father told you, oh Ismail, it's very important to find someone in your life as a wife or husband to be positive, who can turn the bitterness into sweetness. And your father say to you, change your doorstep. It means keep searching for a wife who will help you obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because the one you have is not satisfied with anything, always complain. Life will be hard. Oh Ismail, from your story, we come to know that when your mother asked your father, why are you leaving us alone here? Did Allah tell you to do that? And he said yes. She said, Allah will never abandon his people. And she didn't ask the husband, where is the house? Where is the food? Where is the money? She just said, Allah will not abandon us. And then she started the work, the sa'i, running between Safa and Marwa to help in the absence of the husband. From this story we come to know that when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us to do something, we close our eyes and do it because there is life for us in it. It looked very hard, but when Allah employ you, don't go through your terms and conditions, but through Allah's terms and his conditions. O Ismail, we know that we have to submit to Allah even if it will cost us our life. There are many Ismail among us. That is the story in the Quran. Allah put it there for us to know how to deal and how to react in difficult times. Until today, we have Ismail among us. On the 18th of this month, I received a call from a no-caller ID. I don't know who was calling me, so I did not respond. The person called again. I did not respond. And then the person sent a text message. Please, Imam, call me when possible. I want to discuss with you in my marriage issue. Urgent. So I called back. And he said, I wonder if my marriage is valid in the eyes of Allah. And I said, why? When you married, did the guardian of the girl come? Was he present? He said yes. Were there 2 witnesses? He said yes. Did you agree for this marriage to go ahead? And he said yes. And she agreed, yes. Was the dowry mentioned? Yes. So I said, your marriage is valid. What is the problem? He said, it's not about that. It is about something that haunting me in my past. I am a young man, I just married, but I didn't do tawbah before I get married. I said, tawbah from what? He said, when I was 8 years old, and my cousin was 7 years old, I touched her, and she touched me. And from that day, this incident is screaming at me, and I can't sleep properly. And I wonder, when I go ahead and got married, and touching my wife for this is the second way I'm touching a woman, I think I have to do tawbah before I do so. He was worried about something he did when he was a child, 8 years old. And this is the only relation between him and his cousin. And we know when we were children, we don't understand these issues. But this is the only thing he thought I did wrong in my life because I touched my cousin and she's not mahram to me. As a kid, can you imagine? A young man who just got married and so clean and this is the only sin he can remember. This is Ismail's team. If you tell this young man, you worry about touching your cousin when you are 8 years old and she was 7 as children, we have young people today who are 18 years old, 19 years old, 20, 21, and they sleep together with a girl in haram, and they don't feel guilty about that. You are an angel compared to this. May Allah save them from that filth before Malakul Maut come to the bed and take the soul while they're involved in immoral relation. People die on the Sirat al-Mustaqim. Our sister Abair in Palestine, when her family traveled from here to witness a wedding, but that wedding turned into something different. It is destiny. Abair died with heart attack on Friday in the 10 days of Dhul Hijjah while she was fasting. And she left 6 kids, and she's only 50 years old. What a beautiful death. This type of death is the beginning of the eternal beautiful life. She died while involved in a good deed. The 10 days of Dhul Hijjah on Friday while fasting with heart attack. This is a beautiful journey. Oh Ismail, we learn from you that a Muslim young man must be strong physically and mentally and verbally, because one day the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam saw some of the Sahaba learning archery, and he said to them, Irmu, Bani Ismail, learn how to shoot, learn to be a man, how to use weapon for self-defense and defending your people. And the Prophet ﷺ mentioned you to them because you were young men who used your life to try to become a man and grow into manhood. We need you restored in a time when we don't know what happened to some human beings if they are. They are trying to abuse children morally nowadays to confuse them with their gender. In the place where they're supposed to grow, we call that a school. School was a place we go to learn as little boys to become men who will grow into our nature and look for the gate, look for a woman. Real men chase women in the pure way, in the halal way. But we came to a time when grown-up people, if they are, they're asking the question, what is a woman? What is a man? Can you imagine? This is what happens when we dismiss God from the public school of our life. We will do anything. Why? When we become godless. أَفَرَأَيْتَ مَنِ اتَّخَذَ إِلَهَهُ هَوَاهُ وَأَضَلَّهُ اللَّهُ عَلَىٰ عِلْمٍ وَخَتَمَ عَلَىٰ سَمْعِهِ. Can you imagine someone who went wrong after knowing? And then Allah seals their heart. Their desire becomes their God. And that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told Ibrahim to slaughter his desire. He didn't tell him to slaughter his son. The aim was to slaughter your desire. And our children is part of our desire. But when Allah say, give it up, we do so. But Allah's plan was to prepare Ibrahim and Ismail for us to look up to them and be upright like them. We have to slaughter our desire. Not our children, not our parents. So we need Ismail among us so that our little girls who grew into women will see the Adam coming to Hawa. And the families will flourish and the human race will continue. This world is sinking in the water of sins. And this type of aid reminds us, sacrifice, and don't give up and don't be afraid. La tahzan, inna Allaha ma'ana. It is very dangerous and scary. But remember, in the cave of Thawr, the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, together with his companion Abu Bakr, it was scary around them. But he said to him, La tahzan, inna Allaha ma'ana. Don't be afraid, because Allah is with us. So the young Ismail still exists today. And the story I just mentioned to you, it gives us the pride and the courage to go ahead, because Islam will master every ism. Any other ism will die, but not Islam. Why? Because the world needs it. This aid is about sacrifice, and we need to be ready to sacrifice and let go whatever it costs us in order to say, Labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika laka labbaik, innal hamda wal ni'mata laka wal mulk, la sharika lak. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, wallahi alhamd. Our motto today is to move from this place with the condition that I will say salam to the person who I never said salam to. Our motto today is to imagine we go around the Kaaba, and when we are done, our heart is clean, no more darkness in it. We are so humble and proud to join the footsteps of Ismail and Ibrahim alayhim assalam. Our motto today is to leave this place, and we are full of joy, and mean it when we say Eid Mubarak, and be united in order to survive. Our motto today is everyone to be like Ibrahim, like Hajar and Ismail. And this is a family of faith that inspired all of us to be following their footsteps. In a time when you are confused in the name of education. But Allah said, لِيُظْهِرَهُ عَلَى الدِّينِ كُلِّهِ وَلَوْ كَرِهَ الْكَافِرُونَ. Islam will master, regardless who like it or who doesn't like it. Let the young people be like Ismail, and the elderly like Ibrahim, and the ladies like Hajar, and we will all again be around the Kaaba to say, Labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika laka labbaik, innal hamda wal ni'mata laka wal mulk, la sharika lak. I will not say any further. It is day to eat and dress, and remember your new clothes represent the new soul in you, and we want to become strong like Ismail. We are not afraid to die, because that death is life for us. Kullu amin wa antum bi khair, kullu amin wa antum bi khair, kullu amin wa antum bi khair. Allahumma a'izz al-Islam wal Muslimin, Allahumma a'izz al-Islam wal Muslimin, Allahumma shfi mardana warham mautana, waqdi dayna anna wa anil madinin. اللهم أحسن ختامنا وأخرجنا من الدنيا مسلمين. اللهم أحسن ختامنا وأخرجنا من الدنيا مسلمين. اللهم أحسن ختامنا وأخرجنا من الدنيا مسلمين. And in the end, I will never forget to say, Oh Allah, reward the team of CIC. Reward the committee who devote their life to serve this place the way Ibrahim alayhi salam served the Kaaba and Ismail. Reward them in dunya and akhirah. Without them, this place will not give birth to this masjid. There are people in the dark, non-stop, and they're doing this because they want to be accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this faces is the promise that we will grow inshallah as long we are faith-driven people. And to the community, lovely community, we never have conflict in this place. And this is a gift from Allah. Once he said to the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, هو الذي أيدك بنصره وبالمؤمنين وألف بين قلوبهم لو أنفقت ما في الأرض جميعا ما ألفت بين قلوبهم ما ألفت بينهم ولكن الله ألف بين قلوبهم. O Muhammad, Allah made you victorious by himself and by using the believers around you, and Allah gave them the divine gift of unity, and that's why. No place with no problems, but in CIC, we don't have problems that will break us apart to that extreme. We differ, and we know the meaning of unity. And unity is when we agree to disagree, but remain united. And no one will make a big fitna out of little things. This is a name from Allah. Hold on to this and say to one another, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and we mean it. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, walillahi alhamd, walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.
YouTube, same YouTube channel, the CIC one.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Assalamualaikum, Eid Mubarak, Mubarak say. Assalamualaikum. Eid Mubarak. Eid Mubarak. قبل الله منا ضيفا عنا خير. خير. اي مبارك الله يسلمك. الحمد لله الله يسلمك. الحمد لله. Oh, you brother. Good to see you Saturday, yes. 10 Ks all at once.
Yes. It's getting too long.
Yeah. There's no halfway. I'm only used to running it, not walking.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you do that on your hands.
السلام عليكم عيد مبارك عيد مبارك مبارك السلام عليكم عيد مبارك مبارك
السلام عليكم.
عيد مبارك جناب कैसे हो
Good to see you.
عليك السلام عيد مبارك
I go to the playground more. I go to the playground.
Okay, we are out. Assalamu alaikum. Khair. Eid Mubarak. A lot more people than the first prayer.
Wait, I'm going. You got hit.
Some baklava getting handed out. It's good. Yeah, it's raining. Some tea and coffee stations.